What's going on, good people? It's Nguvu from my run and gun firearms training. Tonight I'm just working on grip pressure and making sure my grip is consistent. So when I draw my firearm, each time I mount the gun with my grip, whether it's coming from the holster or a reload, that I'm getting back to the proper amount of grip pressure. Lately I've been having some inconsistency where I just haven't been smashing the gun the way that I want to. So tonight's dry fire is just going to be dedicated to focusing on my grip throughout all my reps. I'm going to do some transitions, some reloads. I might do some steps right or left. But everything is really with the focus on my grip to make sure that it is where I want it to be. I made some big improvements during the match this past weekend as far as my grip is concerned. Started off a little rocky on the first stage. Halfway through I made the adjustment, and then I was pretty much fine for most of the match. But it's still not subconscious, so I still have to think about it consciously to make sure I'm smashing the gun. So I need to get it back to the point where it was before, where I could just draw the gun and I'm automatically smashing the entire time. So I'm using a part timer just to start the drill for me to get my draw, but I don't have a second beep that I have to be done to drill by a certain time. So I'm just going to be engaging some random targets that I have on the wall about 7 yards away, and then throwing in some random reloads just to get some consistency back. So it's going to take a bunch of reps, so I need to stay on it until it's subconscious. So that feels good. Same thing, back to a good grip. Try it again. This time we'll take a small step to the right. Then again, we'll do the opposite, go left and reload back to the right. I missed my cover garment. I missed it the first time, so I had to grab it again. Threw off my timing a bit. Put some hands up, surrender. I can definitely tell the difference though versus this is my carry gun versus my competition gun. My competition gun has silicone carbide on it, which is kind of like sandpaper, pretty much. This is just a stock texture from the Glock, so I'm debating on putting some Talon grips or something on it. The only problem is not so much it being against my skin like a lot of people say, because I don't have one on now, but normally I have a t-shirt or wife beater on, so the grip itself doesn't touch my skin. I don't have it on now because when I practice, the more I grab my cover garment and draw, the wife beater ends up coming out and you have to find yourself tucking it after every one. It just gets all fucked up, so it's not worth it. The other thing is this part of the grip and a little bit on this side from where where your shirt hangs over it. So I found on some of the shirts that I just use for like just wearing around the house that I might dry fire in, there's little holes in them, and that's from the gun just rubbing against the material again and again and again, especially with that texture. So it starts to destroy your clothes. So I need to figure out a way around that. Where I really want the texture is just on this side is where I really need it, where my support hand is going to interface with the gun. So I might just put the Talon grips on and just cut away this section, so I only have this section, and then the rest of the other 3/4 of the grip is just going to be standard texture, and I'll have the rough skateboard tape right here on that side. So that's what I might do. I'll figure it out, because I definitely don't like this stock texture. I like a really aggressive texture, and especially here. I don't know why Glock doesn't put any texture up here. They leave it smooth, which to me is stupid. But that's just my preference. I'd rather have something up here that's really aggressive. So when I'm grabbing it now, I can tell this slick part here, my hand just wants to slide So it doesn't feel quite as good. So I'll figure that out in the next couple of days. I don't want to get stippling because eventually you have to get that redone. Hands up with a step. Didn't look at the mag well. Move the other way. Missed my grip on the gun that time. I didn't match the mag button hard enough. So this is all I'm doing tonight. It's just practicing, focusing on making sure every time I bring that gun up, my grip is good. And then if I reload, if I can get the reload right, that my grip is also good from coming from the reload. So anytime I'll break group. So in competition wise, you might shoot an array and then you're going to run to the next position. If that position is really close, I'll keep both hands on the gun and just run there because I'm only taking a step or two. If I take multiple steps, I'm going to take one hand off the gun so I can run faster, which means I need to get that hand back on the gun and reestablish that smash grip, that crush grip, so that I can be as accurate as possible and make sure that I can follow up as fast as possible with my follow-up shot so my gun is not flying all over the place. It's really with your grip, as long as the gun isn't moving in your hands like this, your grip is fine. So if you have this, your grip is fine. The problem that you have there is just you need to work on your wrist tension so that maybe you have a little bit. You're not going to stop recoil altogether. But some people you see shooting from the left and you can see how the gun is moving, but my left hand, my support hand's not. So it's moving independent. That means you don't have enough grip pressure on the gun. So you want to be smashing so that both of your hands move together if they do move, but then you want to try to lock your wrist out to try to mitigate that. And you have more of this. You're still going to get some muzzle flip, but it's not going to be one of these kind of things. Definitely if the dot is never going to leave the window. You just see it painting up and down, streaking. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Y'all be safe. All right, so those of you that are in the Delaware area, Philadelphia, southeastern Pennsylvania, southern Jersey, northern Maryland, I'm having a dry fire class on the 26th of this month, September. So we're going to focus on drawing from seated positions as well as our reloads. All of it's going to be done from concealment. So if you need some work with that, let me know. We'll get you registered. There'll be a link below for that. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know.
Give me the 14 when it's 14, we kill 14, what you know about? AR-15, the class 16, when you know the start steam, what you know about? DM-16, yeah, you're 16, the clip 16, what you know about? The AK-47, the 8-9 and the Mark 11, what you